Stop everything you're doing right now. Listen carefully. You think emotional vulnerability is connection. You think caring deeply about what others think is kindness. You believe being emotionally honest makes you human. Total lie. Your visible emotions are not virtues. They are weapons others use against you. The hunger to be liked, the visible fear of rejection, the immediate reaction to every provocation. This is the invisible chain that keeps powerful minds enslaved. When they can trigger your anger, your guilt, or your frustration, they own you. The antidote is not fighting back. The antidote is not aggression. The antidote is indifference. Not the soft indifference of apathy, but the strategic coldness of mental warfare. Machiavelli understood this truth centuries ago. He knew that the world doesn't reward purity. It studies it, manipulates it, and then profits from it. The people who rule are the ones who control their own minds. Today, we rip that leash off. You will learn how to turn off the emotional feedback loop that is currently making you predictable and easy prey. You will become the unreadable force that compels others to adjust to you, rather than the other way around. If you are ready to stop being a victim of your own emotions and start mastering them, drop this affirmation in the comments right now. I refuse to surrender my mind. Welcome back, warrior. Look around you. Most people are mentally fragile. One insult breaks them. One rejection destroys their confidence. They live at the mercy of their feelings, allowing every word, rejection, or disappointment to dictate their mental state. This constant emotional swing is what keeps people weak, predictable, and easy to manipulate. The modern game is control through emotion. They don't need to break you with force. They just need to make you feel. We are not teaching positivity or comfort here. We are revealing the dark intelligence necessary for survival. The powerful understand that indifference is dominance. It is the ultimate form of control because when you stop reacting, you rob others of their power. Your goal is to become the calm one in chaos, because the calm control the chaotic. You will master the 3 strategic laws of indifference, transforming your emotional availability, your greatest weakness, into psychological armor. Law 1. The cold generator. Detachment as internal supremacy. Indifference is not a performance you put on for others. It is a sovereign state of mind you build internally. If they can see your true hurt, your indifference is useless. The greatest weakness of most people is emotional impulsiveness. They move when they are heated, they strike when they are angry, and they decide when they are hurt. This immediate reaction is surrender. The strategic mind does the opposite. It harnesses emotional detachment. Detachment is not about being heartless. It's about being in command. You feel deeply, but you act deliberately. When you are detached, you are sharp because your mind is never clouded by chaos. Emotional immunity and the fortress mind. You must build a fortress mind that nothing can penetrate. Every time someone insults you or things go wrong, your fortress mind doesn't get hurt. It gets information. You learn to observe emotions as they arise, then decide how to use them. Filter anger. Rage makes you predictable. Instead of letting anger make decisions for you, you process fury privately and respond strategically. Your anger should serve you, not betray you. Observe fear. Fear of loss makes you weak. When fear whispers, you don't panic, you dissect it. You ask, what does this teach me? That shift transforms suffering into evolution. Composure is dominance. When chaos erupts, your stillness is your greatest power. When you remain composed while everyone else breaks, you control the outcomes. Machiavelli knew that rulers who showed too much emotion invited manipulation. Calmness in chaos is leadership without the title. Your indifference must be genuine, stemming from the certainty that you are whole without external validation. When you are unshakable, you are demonstrating control over yourself, and that authority is naturally respected. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I control my inner storm. Law 2. The scarcity principle, weaponizing absence. The core mechanism of indifference as a weapon is strategic absence. You cannot be indifferent if you are constantly available, constantly explaining, and constantly responding. Constant presence kills respect. A. Availability destroys value. You have trained the world to see your time, attention, and presence as cheap. What is always available becomes background noise. People stop appreciating your presence because they assume it will always be there. Scarcity is the only currency that never loses worth. When something is rare, people want it more. When it is common, they take it for granted. You must make your time and energy a privilege, not a right. B. Strategic withdrawal and psychological tension. Strategic withdrawal is the act of pulling back your energy, attention, and presence without explanation and letting the psychological void work for you. Shattering the pattern. Your availability was predictable. Now you stop. This creates psychological imbalance. People hate unanswered questions and broken patterns. They will wonder why you haven't replied or why you're suddenly busy. Creating value. This uncertainty forces them to reassess your value. You become more influential in your absence than you ever were in your presence. Your silence becomes its own language, telling them that access to you now has conditions. The chase mechanism. When you are not desperate for their acceptance, you suddenly become the prize they want to win. Humans are wired to pursue what is moving away from them. Your indifference, paired with absence, is magnetic. Machiavelli said, the desire to acquire is a natural and ordinary thing. You must make yourself something they need to acquire, rather than someone they can simply rely on. You are not avoiding conflict. You are making losing you expensive. Drop this affirmation in the comments. My absence amplifies my power. Law 3. The unreadable mask, opacity, and silent dominance. True indifference is projected through unreadable behavior. If they can read your intentions, they can block you. If they can read your true feelings, they can manipulate you. A. Opacity over transparency. You must adopt calculated opacity. The world wants you transparent because transparency makes you easy to manipulate. But mystery creates gravity, interest, and respect. Conceal everything. Never reveal how far you're willing to go, your next move, or your internal struggles. Never reveal all your thoughts, for it makes you predictable and vulnerable. Appearance versus reality. You control the narrative. You project an image of composure and stability, even when your heart is burning. Everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you really are. Your composure terrifies the weak because it breaks their illusion of control. B. Silent dominance against provocation. When someone insults you or attempts to provoke you, your indifference must be displayed through silent authority. The silent response. When they throw emotional fire, you respond with cold, deliberate stillness. They expect an explosion. You give them nothing. Silence is dominance. It forces them to question their own effectiveness. Unpredictability. You must be unpredictable in your methods. If they know you always walk away, they'll set traps for you outside the door. Instead, sometimes you are distant, sometimes you are warm, sometimes you forgive, and sometimes you don't. This uncertainty keeps everyone off balance. What they can't read, they can't control. Indifference is not a failure to react. It is the choice to withhold power until the optimal moment. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I am unreadable, unpredictable, and untouchable. You now have the code. You understand that the power you seek lives in the space where others lose control. You are no longer the one who responds to every bell. You are the one who decides when the bell rings. You have learned that true coldness is strategic precision. Your emotional detachment creates unshakable composure. Your strategic absence creates immense value. And your unreadable mask creates terrifying influence. The world will test you immediately. They will try to pull you back into chaos, testing your new boundaries. But you will refuse to surrender your peace for their opinion. You will refuse to be ruled by emotion. Your survival depends on your ability to use this psychological weapon. If this video cracked the illusion of safety and politeness for you, take action now. Like the video to honor the knowledge you've gained. Share it with someone who is tired of being ignored, underestimated, or powerless. And subscribe to the channel to join the circle of men who don't just want to feel good. They want to become powerful and respected. We don't teach motivation, we train strategy. Now, seal your decision one final time. Write this affirmation in the comments. I am cold as stone.